Okay, so I think Tobias, you were going to shoot at someone.
Yes. Considering that Tobias has apparently having a bad time in the back, I'm going to aim for the closest target that's not the child. Yes. D20 plus 3, and you said plus something else because I'm aiming. Or is that?
Oh, actually, you have a +2 DR to hit. So that would be, if you're aiming, that would make it a +3 DR. You know what that is?
3 dice ranks. So D8?
Yes.
Okay, so D20 plus D8 plus 3?
Yes.
Okay. If Tobias does not hit this, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, okay. If he doesn't hit this, I'm just going to call it a skill issue with me. So our 2020. I'm just going to roll the D20. Off to a great start.
Very good.
I don't know if I need to roll anything else for this because it's
Just roll a D8.
Fair enough.
So we can see how it works.
Yep. Fantastic.
Okay, roll your damage. I'll roll his armor save.
That's D6. Your shot's a D6. It is a D6. Good enough.
Okay. So, Buster, suddenly with a crossbow bolt and an arrow stuck in him, glares at the both of you. It's something like, oh my, I'm getting thrown into a bin cushion. Enzo, what would you like to do? Oh, you just hit him? That was part of this round?
That was last round, because then the boys had a turn, and then it's our turn now.
Enzo's video has disappeared from my screen.
Oh.
Okay. I can see myself on your screen.
No, there we are. There you are.
I'm here.
Fine.
I'm back. I don't remember going anywhere, but I'm back. All right, so Enzo is gonna take a step forward and is going to say, you know, this can all end right now. You don't have to keep doing this. Nobody has to die today.
Whoa. Okay. Do you have a skill on run?
I don't know if I have a skill, but I do have a crossbow on him that he's already been struck by once. Let me see here. I have rebuke. I don't know if that would play a role.
Wow. Yes. So, you know how rebuke works?
If you give me a second, I can tell you exactly how it works. Hold on.
Yes, please tell me how your character works.
Sure. Removes vigor from human enemies during that, or for enraged violent mobs. Leaders may resist. They may flee, or at 0 they fall to their knees in humility or humiliation. So I think for him, it's more of that paternal sort of rebuke. Like, this is an elder. This is a man who has office and who is telling them to disengage.
Wait. Alexi's gone.
Oh no. He's back.
Back?
Well, his square is back.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Everyone, suddenly everyone's picture disappeared, so I had to refresh the page.
That's correct. Okay, tell us what was the last thing you had.
Enzo, you had a crossbow towards him. You had rebuke. And then Grace was saying something about rebuke.
Yep. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So Enzo's particular flavor of rebuke in this situation is kind of coming from that like patriarchal, like you don't have to do this, like I know better than you, like stop sort of thing. Yep. So that's kind of my approach. I mean, also I do have the crossbow drawn, so it's like he knows I'm not just kind of being silly or, you know what I mean? Like it's a legit thing that I'm saying.
Okay. So, systematically, did you roll faith points for the encounter? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How many do you have?
Well, I don't have my updated sheet. So
did you use any?
I don't remember. I'm sorry. When was the last time we played? I typically save files by dates.
A month ago.
Oh, yes. The good old month ago date. So 09, right? September?
Yeah.
I think, was it the 19th?
No.
I don't know if it was or wasn't, but I'm looking. Or was it the 18th?
I am looking at the 15th, possibly.
15th.
According to the Discord.
Oh. Well, if it's true, I didn't save it under that at all. Okay. No idea. All right.
Okay.
I don't know if I did. I'll defer to you here. If you want to just say I don't have my sheet, so too bad. That's fine too.
Okay. Look at you. You've got a +4 spirit and 3 DR. But so you roll 3 DR for me, please.
Sure can.
Where's that for your encounter?
So that's 3.
3 + 4 = 7. Put that into your faith points for the encounter.
All right. Done.
Now, rebuke works similarly to bless. You have 3 options. You can use it for deluge, duration, and deliverance. So, deluge is how many people it affects. Duration is how long it lasts, and deliverance is how powerful it is, basically. So let's say if you put 1 faith point into each, you'll be affecting all these 3 things by a d4. So if you're trying to convince all 4 of them with 1 faith point, you would roll a d4, and then you would try and convince all 4 of them. You try and rebuke all 4 of them. If you are only trying to rebuke one of them, say Buster, then it would just be 1 automatically. So you don't have to count a faith point into deluge. Same if you're just rebuking him for a turn, and then deliverance is by how much are you rebuking.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2, 1, 2. So
okay.
2 DR for deluge.
Right. Roll d6.
6.
You got a 6?
I did.
Okay, so... Okay, and then you want it to last for 1 turn, or you want it to last for 1d4 turns?
1d4 turn, yeah.
Okay,
So
so roll a d4.
3.
Okay. And that is all the rolling that you do,
Okay.
because now I have to roll for them. They're all rebuked by 2DR. So anything that they try is going to be at minus 2DR
Got it.
or a 10 if they can. So I'll roll the 2DR here and see how they do. Okay, so they're quite rebuked. They take a step backwards away from you. Just be like, "Are you like that?" And they're all quite unsure as what to do. I'm gonna get Dessa to try and get her eye back that Buster's holding. So I'm gonna roll that here. This dice. But she's at minus. Oh! I think she has managed to snatch her eye back out of Buster's hand. Which is very good news for her. And then she's going to back up just a bit and try and work out how to put her back on her face or hold it there or something. White Streaks I'm going to get him to maneuver, sort of like a slide under in front of Mannix and on the other side of Buster to try and pick up his eel. And then I'm going to add some I'm going to add a DR or two to his defense because he can squat down there, which is great. Okay, that's them. And then for the 3. So they need to resist you with 15. 12 plus 3 is 15. So first, I'm going to get them to all roll 15 or higher before they can successfully try and attack you. So I'm going to roll for... I'll just roll from Danya to Rothman. That's success. There you go. Mannix. No, Mannix will miss a turn. Buster. Doesn't seem to care about you, which is a pity as well. Or not. And BJ Rock was just trying to work out who's the elder he should be listening to. So the kid wasn't attacking one either. 2 minis, Buster and Janya, are going focus their attention on the 2 of you. All right. Means Janya is going to... He's gonna shout at you. Quiet. Roll a spirit roll for me, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. So that's going to be D20 plus 3DR plus 4.
Why do you have a 3D?
That's what I have for skill. I don't know.
What?
It says faith points, spirit plus 4 plus skill. So maybe I'm thinking of a different skill.
No, that's no.
So just D20
just
plus
roll
4.
your spirit. Yes.
Got it. 10.
Okay. Well, I need to stop this music. This is even more distracting to me than anything else.
It makes me think
That was
of
nice, but
Phantom of the Opera.
I know, right?
That night the Padre called to us, told us to stop fighting. Anyway.
Don't. By the way, you spent 5 faith points on your
I removed them already.
Okay. Very good. Okay, but 10 is not a good spirit roll, especially not for you. So, do you feel the urge to stop talking? And then Buster is going to go. And he moves towards you. His dagger, especially because you moved up forward to him, and he says, "I'm the bully, not you." And tries to hit you with a roll your armor save while I roll his damage.
My armor save is D4, which is a 2.
He dealt you 1 damage.
Got it.
Okay, that's the boys' turns. Back around to the two of you.
Yeah. Was a bias. Might have forgotten to move last turn? Question mark.
That's all right. You mentioned it, so we'll move you here, like you said. And now we'll say that's your turn. So go ahead.
Right. So no one is happiness here. Dessa is currently working for
Dessa is doing this.
Yep. Dessa's working her field of view situation out. Meanwhile, I'm going to pretend we're not in the cloud. Okay, question. What does repel do exactly?
So, lucky or not lucky for you, you have got the you've got the girl blessing. So that actually comes from a warrior nun. Because otherwise it's not going. If all of you guys have just the same lot of blessings, it's not going to be very instructive. So repel, that works by you adding faith points into against their difficulty, and that makes any enemy not want to attack you, basically. So,
So it's kind of
yeah, but usually it affects only one or something.
Okay. Okay.
I just pasted in the chat what it says in
There you
the
go.
rule book.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
This friend, the enemies, leave the cast for duration. Thing back to there's
So it's, if anyone or anything is trying to attack you directly,
got it.
at this point, nothing or no one.
That. And then
But if you want to try and do that for Buster, who is attacking Enzo, I will allow that too.
good. To risk that. Because his rolls, Bias's roll 7 kind of, you can kind of iffy as him.
Well, so Enzo is trying to have them disarm themselves, basically, like to stop. So I have it for 3 turns that they're going to be having to fight against my rebuke. Because I rolled a 6 for deluge,
yes.
and then duration was 3. So they're still fighting my rebuke to them, and I'm still going to be trying to pacify them. So if you want me to try again before you make a decision on what to do, maybe that would be a little bit more strategic. Or if you just want to shoot somebody, that's fine too, I guess.
Yeah, no, actually it might be better for, go ahead.
Okay, all right.
First comes to shove, I'll just put another pin in this guy.
Again, I see the anger. I understand. I completely understand what you want to do. You're young, you're full of life. I see it. Don't use your life for what you're doing. Put the dagger down. We don't have to solve it this way. There's a better way.
Okay. So, that's just a continuation of your your rebuke.
I guess so.
All right.
Rebuke.
Yeah.
Redo. Part 2.
Okay, so you're still rebuking them. I'll roll.
Six.
That isn't true. Also not very good. Buster kind of frowns as he's going to back up to about and start using his dagger to try and pull out the crossbow, the crossbow bolt and the arrow that's been stuck in him. But Janya is not right. He silenced you. So you that's, you hear yourself saying that, but you're not sure if anybody else is hearing you. Because you rolled 10 against him telling you to be quiet, which means you didn't succeed. And then Nanya is going to try and hit Tobias something. So
Even if I didn't succeed when he told me to be quiet, though, they're still facing the ramifications of the rebuke, though, right? So I guess I don't necessarily need to say anything. I just am trying to kind of role play out how the encounter's still evolving.
Yes. So it's very much like in the modern world where you are talking and you think people are listening, but they're not.
I thought this was supposed to be role play, not real life. Why does this seem a lot like real life all of a sudden?
It's exactly what's happening. Anyway, so you're trying to talk to them, but Buster seems just to want to pull out these piece of ammunition from his armor, at least. Danya is going to fling his rod towards you. He's not actually going to let go of it, Tobias, but he is he's going to fling it and point it towards you. Tobias, roll prowess or awareness. Don't mind.
Prowess or awareness.
Janya shouts at Buster, "Keep fighting, you chicken!"
Gosh darn it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You thought you were aiming with your bow, but in fact, as Janya pointed his rod at you, your bow went flying out of your arms and landed somewhere about here. It said, underneath his breath, Spelliarmus. So, you're now going to have to go and get your bow if you want to shoot.
I do also have a sling and a pouch of small smooth stones according to my inventory, but...
Oh. Interesting.
This depends on which is fast.
No, you were attacking with the bow, so that's what has left your grip for sure.
Yeah.
DJ Rockman is staring between all these taller people in front of him. He doesn't know what Janya was pointing at. He's going to move. He's going to back up to behind Maddox. And Maddox is going to see if he can anything against white streaks. That fail against your rebuke. So white streaks is going to shield, stand up, and cross back over to where Dessa is essentially. He's around the corner from Buster. It's not he's next to her. And gonna stand there defensively and just watch what the two of you were gonna do. And not let anyone get past him to Dessa, ideally as well. Back around to your turns.
Good. Great. So is Dessa still attempting to replace her eye at the moment?
She's worked out that the best way that she can do anything is if she just holds her eye there, as though she's got a headache, but she doesn't. But she will not be at any -5 DR anymore if she can manage to keep that there. But she won't be able to hold, like, shield. her sword and her eye.
Got it.
I mean, outside of the fact that she's horrifically scarred, I'm really surprised that she doesn't see the extreme benefits of having an eye that can surveil for you remotely anywhere. Anyway, that's not Enzo. That's me. That's just me saying it, not Enzo. I'm just saying.
Well, might face worse things to come. So,
oh no. The different Schmertz, where is your eye in this pouch? Line.
That's very fun.
You said Tobias is still dropped around here, yes?
yes, your bow is around there. Yeah.
Right. I would like to pick it up.
All right. But that means you're going to have to move over there.
Lovely.
Okay. And pick it up. We'll consider that part of your maneuver, movement and picking it up. You can still shoot, but you won't be able to aim this turn. You had to do.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to. You want to. If there's anything else you want to try, do so.
What state is White Streaks in?
White Streaks is almost about half health.
Is he fighting or is he kind of like out of commission?
He's watching the two of you, see whether you guys want to continue fighting or not. So he's very much taking his cue from the two of you.
Is he in bird form?
No.
So that means that he's kind of emotionally in control?
Yes.
Cool.
No. Not.
Yeah.
I would like to try, even though by now it probably would be ill-advised, I will stick to try, and I feel like this man has had enough arrows in him. I'm going to try and shoot from X right now.
You like to what?
I would like to fire here.
You're trying. Oh, you try and shoot Mannix. Okay.
Mannix, not Maxi. That is, wow. That my best.
What?
So the you're Mannix is still pretty. Honestly, Mannix is still pretty aggressive right now, though, right?
He was hesitating. The one that was aggressive was Janya, right over there. He was the one pointing the rod at you guys.
Okay.
Mannix was still trying to decide what to do because he felt a bit with you.
Right. He's still deciding. Peter Ruckman is still trying to figure out what in the world is going on. How much effort has Buster, or how far has Buster gotten to getting those bolts out of him?
Oh no, good question. He's only just started, so he so he has not made any progress yet.
Okay.
He is also in about the same state as White Streaks, though you can tell he's about half health, slightly more than both of them are slightly more than.
But is he still kind of aggressive then?
He looks to be more he looks to be more occupied with his wounds than thinking to fight you guys, actually.
Really?
Right now.
In that case, I don't want to hit anyone too bad, but at the same time, this is dragging up. Let's see. All right. I'm going to fire at Mannix again.
You're going to fire at Mannix. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like Buster has been through enough in the past 5. The howlings. This is
Don't you?
like
You have a +2 DR to hit as well. So roll your D6.
I thought, but I already moved, so I can't aim, right?
That's part of your bow. It's not part of aiming. Your aiming takes it up to +3 DR and not 2.
Okay.
So, just in case you roll well on that, you might hit him.
Okay.
Don't give up so soon.
Yep.
Or, switch to physical die.
The only physical dice I have is a D20, but I might use it.
Yeah, right it.
So D2.
D6.
Well, no, I meant what, like 2 DR.
Yeah.
Roll 1d6. 8 plus. You'll love to see it.
That is going to be a miss for sure. That's a pity because he was quite easy to hit, but I guess not. Not for you, it seems. Not for you on roll 20. Okay.
I don't even know what to think of that.
With your movement coming out that way, Mannix did see what you were doing and managed to avoid you by ducking. Jania says something to BJ Rockman. Sort of pushes him back into the room. BJ Rockman goes back in the room. You don't see him anymore. Let's see how the 3 of them. Oops. Okay. Mannix turns to the other 2 young guys and basically says, I think they mean business. Let's move. And then they retreat into the room. Well, feeling quite rebuked. We're out of combat. What would you guys like to do?
I'm assuming they did they close the door behind them?
Yes. Yes, they're going to do that.
Okay. Assuming it is probably locked.
Well, I mean, you could try.
I don't think I've been on the leather tools. Huh. I have. Good. Okay, I would like to try and roleplay something.
It's
Right. Tobias, seeing the others get away, runs up to the door and bangs on it, but is unable to get to it before it locks. Because crap. Stupid. Buster! You, get out here, you coward!
oh,
Unable to lock the door, Tobias just backs up against the wall with a sigh. That took way too long.
okay. Roll your society. Come on.
Tobias?
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely. You know what? No. One more. I'm going to get into physical people.
Ah,
Because I don't trust.
okay, we'll wait.
Thank you.
We're the game. We're switching guys.
It's all right. It needs to be done. Seems like it anyway.
Okay, we're back. I have my D20 here.
Ah, yes, it is.
Hopefully, do not fail me, please. It is a 12 plus 2. So 14.
Okay.
It is a more decent roll than I've been getting, so I'll take that as a sign.
The door opens, and you see the 4 boys sitting around the fire. As I make them all appear again, you actually also see a 5th pawn over there. In front of a stack of stuff. And as the door opens, Buster looks at you and it's just like, you're the worst. And then he shouts like, use real weapons like.
Oh, stop whining.
None of it. You beat me in school. Now you're gonna chase me down here too?
Serves you right. How would you go for Dessa anyway? Acting like a spoiled brat. Maybe I should give you one, for the old time's sake.
Okay. Off to the side, though. What you didn't notice was Janya pointing his rod at you. Roll your spirit or awareness for me.
17 plus 3.
What?
Okay, so I think roll 20 just has it up for me for some reason.
That's really good because that was a really bad action that Janya just said. That Janya just did. He actually went, "Curse you!" and missed you as some sort of magical power went zapping out from his rod. Hits the wall next to you over here and then ricochets off down the corridor that you guys came from. And as it hits the wall over here, you see parts of the rock. It's like a small explosion, just fly out from it. And pretty glad that he missed you with curse, whatever that was. Might not have been pleasant. And then Mike says, "Go away." Shuts the door.
Tobias returns to the group to check on everyone.
Yeah, while Tobias is doing all that, Enzo is actually turned towards Dessa to help her with the ocular situation.
Actually, roll your intellect or savvy for me.
Okay. Let's see here. 21. That's a nat 20 plus 1 because my intellect is 1.
Wow. Okay. You're determined that if she had something else to hold her eye and ear in place on her head for her, she would essentially be back up and running to normal. Might take you a little while and some materials, but it would definitely be possible. And she might not have to give up her job as a guardian. You also determine that even though this is such a strange situation, you could pray about it, or you could try and make her whole again in some way.
I have revive. I do have prayer and intercede, but she's not like down. So I don't think I have anything game-wise that
You don't have to wait until she goes down, he thinks. So you could definitely try them.
revive. I thought was
Revive would, yes, that's for when anyone goes down. But you could try to pray and intercede right now if you want to.
sure. I will pray.
Stack them. So if you have one DR in E, if you're praying to intercede for the make it 2 DR.
Okay.
You also have faith points for the day, which you rolled right at the start, and which I did not take down. So let's see if I found. I'm just looking through my roll history. I'm roll 20. I think you have what? 4. 4 plus 3? I think you have 7 for the day. Put that in there.
Okay. Okay, so I have 4 spirit, and then it's 2 DR, so I'm going to roll them separate. So that's a 23 plus 1's 24.
Wow. Lovely. Okay, how does your prayer of intercession sound like?
Dear Heavenly Father, we know that you are the Prince of Peace and the God of all things. Lord, you are a good healer, and with your will, with your intent, with your heart, God, we just ask that you would take Tessa's eye and ear that were rent from her in such a brutal way and return them to, restore them to the way, God, that you had intended them to be. We just trust in you, the great physician, in the name of your Son. Amen.
Oh, right. So while you were praying, Dessa was holding her eye and ear on her head, and as you finish up, she lets go slowly. And she lets go. Stick the ear and her head, and she is. No more curse on her. Just was a lovely roll and prayer. He is stunned. She like this. Thank you. Can I believe it? How did you? Why? You would do this for me.
Child, I would do this for anyone. I trust in the name of the Lord. I trust in who He is and His goodness. It's nothing I've done. I've simply asked and interceded for you.
So I was supposed to.
I don't know. He disapproving of what I was saying to Dessa, I guess.
No.
He's like, try again.
No, I was trying to turn myself around and I clicked the button. Tobias, however, is visibly shaken and very ecstatic about this healing that happened in front of his eyes. Takes a step forward, kind of in almost disbelief. Tessa, how did I get here? Is this? Looks to Enzo for a moment. Sure. How much this means to us.
All praise to the Father above.
So how is the captain doing right now?
The captain is not the captain. Commander Whitestreaks is just standing there with his to the wall, open mouth, jaw dropped to the floor because this was beyond his comprehension. He has never seen anyone being healed from a curse before, so this is beyond his imagination, and it's happened before his eyes. He is like, what did you do? How did you? I. I'm gonna roll something for him, and yep, he turned into an eagle. So that's funny, and he can't understand what just happened. But that's fine. So he turned it back into eagle form, and but now you are free to continue up the corridor if you guys would so wish.
Hmm.
You get the sense that the boys are not going to come out anytime soon.
Let's see here. I do have a set of thief tools. I might try. Permission to try.
And so you do also remember that you heard some scrabbling, scratching noise up around here as well, by the way.
Up where?
Up this way. Can you see that?
I do not.
No. Oh. Up this way.
I see it now. Okay.
Hey. But yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to go and unpick a lock, go and try.
Tobias, the Lord, in his great kindness and mercy, has given us free will, and I can see that you want to accost those boys. But I have done what I believe God has asked me to do, and I've rebuked them. And they, hopefully, are right now contemplating their decisions. Maybe we should move on while they are seeking out the truth. And theirs is a big bird.
Tobias, glancing at Commander Quietstreak for a brief moment, looks towards the door that the boys are hiding behind with a somewhat angered look on his face. Like, you know, expecting to forgive them just because that's us back. You still try to harm her, and he pauses for a moment. Fine. Other matters to attend to anyway.
This moment, remember this moment, the next time you want God to forgive you. We can feel so unforgivable, yet he is so willing. Let us press on. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of, move up this way.
All right. Okay. Stop.
I've
As
stopped.
you get there. Stop. You find that it's a T-junction. It's as it. It's 4 direction. Wait. Yeah.
4 directions. That's a major plus.
Yeah. From there, at the end of this side, no, I'm just going to reveal. Yeah. At the end of this, yeah, you see a lizard. Over there.
I see it.
Yep. And So were you moving slowly, carefully, or are you just walking?
I think he's got an ear out. He's not really like the aggressive type anyway, so I think he's still moving with caution.
All right. If you're moving with caution, as in trying not to let anyone know where you are and stuff, then you can roll your awareness or savvy.
All right. 21.
21. Okay, so you definitely see this lizard at the end of this corridor. It was like it was coming up from this way. A bit of, you see most of the back of it. And it looks like it into the ground or the wall or the floor or something. It looks like it's burrowing. That's what this lizard is doing.
Okay, where's everybody else?
It's down below still.
Well, I don't know if they are or if I just was moving ahead. I kind of thought we were all moving together, but I don't know.
Yeah, we could.
Well, if everybody wants to.
Jess is still going to stick around to buy us. Every now and then she puts her hand up to her face and can't believe that her eye and ear are back on it. And white streaks. White streaks is actually, he's not flying. Just, he's walking on the ground, but like every bird does. Watching you guys.
Like his head stays in like one place, but his body's just, like the... That's fun.
Because he's using his head to look around between the two of you, because birds don't see very much straight.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
All right. So I guess I just gesture to everybody like, look over there, sort of thing. I'm only gesturing though. I'm not really saying anything.
Okay.
Good. It's kind of he's around the corner a little bit. He kind of turns. If I can turn Tobias, that'd be wonderful. So the turn handle is kind of blocked by another icon, so I'm unable to move Tobias at the moment. But just going to
that way. We turn that way.
Yes, thank you. Oh. Tobias kind of goes up from behind. Circle. Kind of like bit of something moving, but not much.
Okay, so with Enzo telling you and pointing, you can see the same thing as he can, though, which is most of the back part of the lizard is digging its way, or trying to dig its way up out of the corridor or something, floor or the wall. It's not very good at it, by the way, because this is all actual stone, and it's like It's not necessarily carved stone, but it's at least shaped to be wall and floor. So it's pretty hard. The list's not having an easy time all the time trying to do whatever it is. But Tobias, why don't you roll your awareness or savvy as well?
Awareness. So let's see. Then it's a 7 plus 3, so 10.
Okay. As you come closer to Enzo, the lizard it backs up.
Yeah.
It backs up a little bit and it sticks its head and turns its head toward its head, singular, one head, to turn and look at you. And then it sort of comes towards you, not very far. And then it sort of makes this weird squeak or something sound. It just like goes. And then it has, and then it stops. It doesn't do anything further than that. Roll your intelligence before I describe more.
Understood. Where is this? Yeah. Stop. It is a nat 1 plus 4. You know, I can't even be mad about it because at the very least, I know that it was my.
Right. So, it looks confused, and you are as confused as it is. And then it decides to back up again. Back into the corner that it was digging and throwing. After it gives its head a shake, and it just... But it, instead of burrowing any further, it looks... watch it.
Is the lizard damaged at all from trying to like burrow through stone?
Is it damaged?
I mean, like, is it hurting itself
Roll
to
your-
burrow, or? Go ahead.
Your awareness.
Sure. 16.
16. You can see that its front claws as sharp or as curved as you might expect a lizard's claws to be. You can also see that around the forelegs there seems to be some mark around the growth of forelegs. Like something was wrapped around its foreleg. That is the front leg, not all four of its legs, because you can't see the back leg.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I wonder if the lizard is compelled to dig for some unknown reason.
I guess something like that even here. Yeah.
This way also, Enzo, while you think about the lizard, this is a large door. It's a large double door, and it's closed. Can't see what's inside. Can't see that there is light underneath.
I wonder if this whole place, whatever it is just filled with curse after curse after curse. And I wonder what curse has befallen this lizard. I'm gonna take one step closer to the lizard.
Oh, the spirit. You don't mind.
I don't. 20.
20. A lizard presses itself even further back into the wall that is behind. And it looks its head this way and it looks this way, like it can't decide whether which way it should go. So it looks at you and it looks back from back up this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks at the hole and it looks like it can't decide, basically. And it squats down. It squats down on all of its forelegs and pulls up into a circle. What's even more strange is that as it does so, you would expect as a lizard to curl up with its tail totally around its leg body. The way that its tail wraps around it is kind of just to like a flat spiral. The rest of its tail just goes around on top of its head, and its forelegs, its front leg, it hides at the sides of its head. It starts to shiver.
So, the curse reaches very far. And fear walks alongside it everywhere it goes. But the God that we follow has not given us a spirit of fear, but of sonship and a sound mind. And I know, after reading about Noah and his ark, that God cares about creatures as well as humans. I wonder what we can do for this lizard, if anything. Can I pray for it? Or I really don't know. I'm not really sure what to do because I don't have any healy stuff, you know?
You can pray, sure.
Does anybody else have anything where they can heal? Or actually, like, do I have like a med kit? Or let me look. I have a heal kit. Can that do anything?
You have a heal kit?
I do.
You could heal somebody.
Uh-huh. Like a lizard body?
Not quite a lizard, though.
Oh. I have a stick. Does that help him? I have some rations and some water.
The rations might be.
Okay. I'm going to pull out a ration and hold it in front of me as I slowly walk my way towards it until you tell me to stop walking towards it.
Stop.
Stopped.
Yeah. You So the closer you get towards it, the tighter it makes itself.
Mm-hmm.
Until about there, when it seemingly starts to smell the rations that you're holding, I guess.
Okay.
And now it unpeels one of its front legs from over its frame. And then slowly unpeels itself.
So when I see that it's responding, I slowly set the ration on the ground, and I'm going to back up two squares, whatever that means in game, so that it, and leave the ration here, so that it can do what it wants to do.
You leave the rations on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It gets back onto its squatting position and watches you do that. That is about all it does. That's about all it does. Just squatting there watching you.
Okay.
Until drool starts dripping from it now.
Okay, I'm going to continue to back up, and I'm just going to just pray. And I don't know enough Latin to know what he would pray, but I know that's what he'll do. Pray in Latin, because that's what he does.
Okay, roll for prayer.
Sure. I was going to keep backing up. Okay, spirit, and then prayer is 1 DR. So that's 25 total.
Okay. The prayer, you don't know what it does sometimes. Cool. It comes over, starts eating your rations off the floor. But the way it does that is also a bit strange too. As back up, you watch it. It takes the ration in its front legs, like scooping it up, and then it eats.
I want to go back and talk to Commander White Streaks. I know he's a bird, but I wanted to just inquire and say, Commander, do you know if you were the only person transformed into an animal, into a creature, or were there others? Because I have suspicions about this lizard.
The commander, let me see if he can. Oh, turns back into a person. Calms down for you to talk to. Move him back. Yeah. And he says, "Oh, I was not. I do not know if there were more, but it is possible. My condition, as far as I know, was unique. but if possible, to happen to me, may happen to others.
Understood. I do have suspicions about this lizard. Is it possible you can look and perhaps have some sort of insight onto whether or not my instinct is wrong or not?
I can look, but I do not know how much lyrics I will be. Well, I will not be any use of them. Meantime, I think we should check out the door. The large door may be important. I'm surprised that so much of this is under one small house.
Indeed. Well, what do you want to do?
I'm sorry, was that question for LG or
Well, LG wants to GM, I imagine. But what do you want to do?
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. No worries.
I'm sorry. So Tobias is watching the lizard kind of gulp down the piece of rations, kind of eases up slightly on the confusion. The kind of just shrugs, I guess.
Are you holding your bow up at it, by the way?
Am I holding my bow at it? No.
Okay, good to know.
No. If I was, I don't think it would have eaten the ration.
That's true. Well, sure. You're right.
And I think Tobias was too confused earlier to deal with it. Anyways, yeah, Tobias is looking at the lizard, just kind of shrugs, kind of slightly. Let's press on right then. Maybe they'll be here when we get back.
Okay. Which direction do you press on?
And I'm not even promise that's freedom. These twin torches look very imposing.
Hold on. Those two are brazen. They're not lit. But this door over here, it's a big double door. And it looks like an industrial a large room, if nothing else. Looks quite fancy.
Good.
Like the two brazen.
Okay.
Yeah. Close with light coming from underneath the double doors.
I never take the obvious route, but I think this time I'm going to take the obvious route. I'll move towards the big doors. Why not?
Hey. Roll your keen senses.
Sure.
Keen hearing.
That's going to use intelligence or, I'm sorry, intellect or awareness? Awareness, right?
That would be your awareness, yes.
Yep. That is a 23.
Okay. So, from inside, you can It sounds quite echoey behind the doors. Probably the light looks like it's firelight, but it's not from near the door. And as you continue to listen, you can hear someone's voice. You can hear a teenage girl's voice. Great. Sounds a lot
Like
like
Maddie?
yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to roll something really quick.
What?
Shh.
What?
Okay. All right. Got it.
What are you rolling that I don't know?
Nothing.
What?
Tobias, Commander, Dessa, I think all of the captives are in this room, and I do hear Maddie in there as well. What should we do?
If they are here, that's the question. Are we not here to rescue them?
Rescue requires wisdom, tact, and action. You are ready for action. I just want the wisdom and tact.
Okay. I'll roll something real quick.
Sure.
Nope. That's not a good roll. As White Streak looks at you and tries to work out what you're meaning. He turns back into a bird.
Oh, perfect.
Dessa looks at you.
Oh, praise the Lord. Commander, genius. Okay, I'll open the door. You fly in, be a distraction, and then we'll go in and see what's going on. Excellent. I knew it. God provides. God be praised.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? On the White Streak is suddenly on board with your plan. He nods at you in his bird form and prepares to take off.
All right.
Or when you open the door. Roll your prowess. Or spirit.
Sure. I have no prowess, so this is just a flat 20.
Or spirit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And your
7.
okay.
Or 12, whichever roll you want to take.
Okay. I'm gonna take 12 because 7's awfully sad.
I've been rolling pretty good tonight. I had to get a few stinkers.
And 7's gonna hold us up. So as you open the door with some kind of I'm not gonna narrate how you role play. Tell me how your spirit managed to be more powerful than your prowess in this situation. There was some kind of barricade behind the door.
So I think hearing the sound of his daughter, kind of like the mothers who are like able to lift a small car if their child is like trapped under, like same sort of thing here, where it's like there's nothing that can hold me back, and so he just forces the doors open, whatever, and lets the commander fly through.
Perfect. Right. That is exactly how that happened. Okay. So I think you can see all this stuff. I'm going to roll for the commander quickly. That's good. So as he flies in, no, actually, I'm going to reveal everything else first. You can see the whole room. You can see all the chairs there. You can see this large rock in the front. That semicircle area is raised.
Okay.
And see this rock there that looks like it's fallen rock or something. So it's like it's a rock that has fallen over the stairs or something.
It's the
So this is it. All this stuff happening at the top of our end from you.
Hey,
Mandale, I'm not sure what's going on, but it sounds like there's a little bit of noise coming from your area.
Okay. As Commander Whitestreak starts flying in, you notice that he doesn't fly in a straight line like you might have thought. Yeah. He flies. He sort of does this zigzag. Around from wall until, and then he lands on the rafters. Probably. See, he flies through the doors and then up. Really see as much as he can, and then he circles back and he comes to you. As he does, you can hear Maddie screaming. Oh, what's right? And as she screams, it's more breathy than you might think. More like she's gasping. So this, Maddie, this is the teenage. Louise is slightly older than Maddie. And on top of these two, sort of rough. This place is set up like a theater. Scattered among the chairs and the benches in disarray. Something you don't see yet, but it determines why the commander was not flying in a straight line. So the far end, it's a bunch of rocks here. That's difficult terrain. You can see the two columns there. In front of the two columns, that's Maddie and Louise. This brown rectangle is a lever. coming out from the top column, top of these is a crate. Sand is flowing from the lever to on each side. As Commander Whitestreaks flies back towards you guys, roll your best stat. Both of you.
Okay. Well, my best is spirit. $11.
9. My best status +4 in intellect, and I rolled a 5.
Sweet.
Wow.
You'll love to see it. You know,
Okay.
for Brandy Bowman to buy St. 2 and 2 all his intellectuals.
Okay, let me just fold up my notes here. No, I think I'll go with the spirit. It takes you a few seconds. Also, but there's something about how in scripture it's about you think and you remember. It's something about how life is in the blood, but in the breath. What is in the breath? So, God, breath. And you realize Maddie and Louise are there is some kind of on the other side of the lever. So this side is pouring sand onto the crate, and this side that's causing this side to lower because the crates are below some kind of bucket, and the bucket's emptying sand, and that means this side of the lever is going down. And from that, it means some kind of weight is pushing between Maddie and the column. So she's slowly suffocating. That's how that works.
So, is Maddie in the crate or not?
No, Maddie is standing. Oh, can you not see?
I do see. I just wanted to clarify because I'm trying to understand the crate's role with the lever. So on this part of the lever, it's flowing into sand, which is on a crate here.
Yes.
Or sand is flowing into the crate here. But then on this side of the lever, you're saying it's being lowered down?
Yes.
So how is she suffocating, I guess is what I'm trying to understand.
So there's something between her and the column, like behind her back.
That's like pressing into
lowering.
her. Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So that she's got, it's like, something like it would be a wedge kind of thing that is between her back and the column.
Okay. So she's being squeezed effectively. Yeah. Well, effectively and in essence. Got it. Okay. Hey, look, a crate.
Yes. I was trying to put there and the lap is hard to put on the right layer. It makes time. And so roll. Oh, very nice. Whitestreaks turns back into a person. And said,
Nope.
Fire.
It's only. No.
Essentially, he tells you that
I don't know. Yeah.
okay. He warns you about some long metal ropes dangling from the ceiling, scattered around the chairs and the seating in this room. So just be careful. But I'm not know what I do. Do not walk. So
Ever seen someone say
just watch your step.
some little company?
But you
This you look like that.
then he also tells you that I did not see anyone else in this room. It may just be them.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we hear any music in the room?
No, rather keen hearing.
And or this is a lot. I thought they would. Wait, I see. Sit. Push writer. Please just speak that out. It's 2 hours. Wait, it is good. That. Be access right. And very
25.
counting. But
25.
whoops, it's not.
You hear it's very distracting music.
Fun and distracting.
Each by my Google Adams.
Why?
Don't know. Yeah, that bowl.
What? Not really. No, not from this room, really.
They ordered a
Sound of pouring sound.
I gotcha.
Gasping building.
Okay, I wasn't sure if the organ was anything.
What is it?
No, it's just a nice round.
Ah,
To
okay.
go with the music.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna start walking in after the commander shares with us that there's some things to be aware of, I guess. I'm gonna go right up the middle unless you tell me to stop.
Well, since you were being aware what he was warning you about, your awareness
Sure.
plus 2
Okay. 25.
25. You successfully, no problem whatsoever, examining where the metal ropes and afford them. You can walk as deep in as you want. No problem.
I was gonna go to Batty.
Okay. As on your way there, she says, there's a timer.
What?
Oh, what happened to your Italian accent, Maddie? I'm just joking. I'm joking. All right.
Look at her suspiciously. Are you really my daughter?
What's your middle
She
name?
speaks American, so although I should, maybe it's your other kid that speaks Italian.
That's yep. That's all good. It's all good.
Jim.
Okay. I think don't I have Well, I have the quiver with the bolt, so I'm going to use like one of my bolts to just kind of like start to cut through the ropes.
Okay. Right. All right.
So do the others... I'm going to assume the others kind of follow in as well after Enzo into the room.
Yes, white streaks will follow to about 10 on roll together. That is third. Definitely gonna hang around you wherever you are.
Okay.
Making sure nothing bad happens to you. The best of her ability. So wherever you are going to be, are you going to do anything to Vice?
I was going to try and go for Louise, but I think I might have to roll for that. Like stop halfway and then like roll.
You will need to roll your awareness
That enough?
to make sure that you don't hit any of the...
Right. So this was 3. At 20.
Nat 20. You can get all the way up there too.
Yeah,
Problem. The fact you don't even have... You make it look like climbing up the fallen rocks there with difficult terrain. You make it easy. Yes, so still running behind you. Or I think she was following you behind white streaks, so go up there. Roll your intellect bias for.
intellect?
Yes.
Aye. Well, my D20 fell off my desk. One moment.
Okay.
My D20 has been retrieved. Let's try it. Let's try it again. That's that one.
That one. Well, what? That tracks.
You know, I don't know why I expected anything different, you know?
For you, that tracks. Okay. So, as Enzo, you prepare to cut Maddie free, and Tobias, you go leaping over this difficult terrain. No problem. And you prepare to do the same with Louise. Tobias, you are so busy, so focused on rescuing Junior Louise there, that as you don't bother really to look at the contraption and how it's working. While the white streak shouts, "Wait! Make sure you are careful with those levers. If you release one side, the other will instantly also release."
Huh? So they're connected then. That's a problem. Device is kind of just standing there trying to figure out the best way to do this, but it can't really do much.
Well, yeah, is there... You would like to try it, though?
You said there was a weight, something above the lever?
So there are these two levers. They essentially work the same way. There is a weight coming down from this end and this end. In both cases, it's it's lowering as the opposite ends are getting lighter from the amount of sand that they're pouring into the crates. So if you don't do something about these levers, all the sand will come out into the crates, and the weights will. Yeah, if you cut the weights, all the sand will just release, or vice versa. You're also standing close enough to these crates that you can see that each one has a kid in them as well.
Is there a way, if we were to take sand and try to like scoop it back in, is there a way to slow the weight down?
Scoop the weight back into where?
The sand. If we put the sand back on the lever, since the lever is like spilling sand out, is it the sand leaving the lever that's causing the weight to fall?
Yes.
Down the column.
Yeah.
So if we put sand back or weight back on the outside end of the lever, is that allowing us to slow down the clock?
You could try.
Can I know that? Is there something I can roll to know if that is going to be something that makes sense? I'm having a little bit of a difficult time like visualizing exactly how it's playing out, so I'm trying to work with what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Well, you explained it correctly. I can't do much. Maybe I can.
That's right.
Yeah. Color. Sand is being put here. Sand is being poured out this way. Can you see that? No, you can't.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. The problem with this is that the lever is not very low, so it's above your heads, even if you were standing on top of these mounds of rock over there. So for you to try, you can't really reach the bucket of sand that's at the even though it looks like you could. But you could try you could try to roll your spirit. See if you can work out any.
20.
20. So that would certainly help. Or anything that might stop the lever or hold it in place might be helpful as well. That's what you discern from your roll and from what you were telling me as well.
So we need a wedge. What are these? Are these benches?
They are benches, yes.
Would I be able to take one, have it kind of lean up against where that lever is, wedge it in, and then cut her free, move her out, and then do the same for the other prisoner?
Sure.
Okay, well, that's what I'd like to do. Commander, can you grab one of those benches and bring it over? And then, Dessa, the other bench, if you could take it to the other prisoner. And, I'll help him.
Okay.
Tobias, if you wouldn't mind helping Dessa.
I am on it.
All right. This would be a prowess roll. You're being helped in both cases. So that'll be 1 DR. So to prowess plus 1 DR. you're not going to fail, but how well you roll will determine how fast you do this. That's good. It's also good.
Okay. My prowess is 0, so it's just going to be the 20 plus 1 DR.
Same.
So it's
Looks about right.
22 for me.
Right. So that is a natural 1 on the 1 DR and a 5 on the net on the 20.
Well, 5. The 1 DR having a natural 1 doesn't mean anything in this system, right? So if you've got a 5 on the D20, that's 6. Do you have anything to add in your prowess? It's 0.
My prowess is just straight 0.
Same.
Okay. Okay. So no problem. Looks like girl's pulling her weight with you, Tobias. She rolled better than you did, for sure.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
It's like, as you no. You snagged the bench coming up the difficult terrain, Tobias. No. Until Dessa warns you of your footing. So I'm not going to deal you any damage there as well. But you do manage to use the bench to stop the levers pouring into the crates. And in fact, Enzo, you set this up faster than the other two, for sure. So that is... Okay, I'm never going to get it straight because roll 20 and grids. But anyway, I think you guys know what I... So, yeah. So White Streaks helps you, and Tessa helps you. It stops pouring straight into the crate and on top of the kids in the crates. Now you are free to cut the 2 teenage girls free.
Okay, so I'm going to go cut Maddie free, and I'm going to ask the commander to pull the kid out of the crate next to Maddie.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay.
And I guess Tobias, Jesus, same, since he has apparently butcher and leather tools, so I guess he can use those to cut Louise free.
Very helpful. Very helpful.
If
all of a
anything,
sudden.
Tobias is just a walking backpack at this point.
He is a
Very
curio
helpful,
store. That's right.
Okay, this is gonna help pull out this kid. And Louise have been cut free. That's all I have for the dungeon. Would you guys like to say anything or any of these people? Yeah.
Maddie, who brought you here? What's going on? What happened?
Dad, it was a cult boy. He's the worst. He and Buster teamed up and got us out of school. They were trying to de-god us. Didn't know what that meant. But he was picking on the kids that they went to church all the time, and that was us.
This does not seem like some childhood prank. It seems like they meant to kill you. Meant to kill all of you.
Yeah, they don't like us a lot. But
I don't like cherries, but you don't see me trying to ruin all the cherry crops. We've dealt with Buster already and his little group. We noticed there were some other creatures here who we fear may be under the same curse as Commander Whitestreaks. Let's leave, but before we do, I need to speak to a lizard friend. And then also, I think we might need to see what's going on with those boys. So yeah, I want to lead them, or at least lead Maddie and the students or whatever out this room the way that I came in, because I found the right path, I guess. And then I want to see if the lizard will come with me or what there. Is there anything you want to do, Tobias?
That's a negative. As far as I remember, I don't recall Luis having any, I guess, close relations to Tobias.
Yeah. It seems like your big thing was Dessa, and she's kind of taken care of in that way.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't know. I just don't want to. I feel like I'm like, let's do this and go there, but I just want to make sure if there's anything you want to do. I mean, because ultimately, what I'd really like to do is what I do for every game I play, which is explore every nook and cranny. But I do also know that we're getting shy on time here.
yes. So I'm okay. Maddie pulls at your Enzo, and she asks the question that is burning on everybody's mind. She says, Dad, no, if the God that you believe in is a good God, why does he let stuff like this happen to people? Why does he let bad things happen to people? To good people?
I believe that Tobias has tasted the answer to your question. I believe that Dessa has also tasted the answer to your question, and I believe that the commander has witnessed the answer to your question. And the answer to that is because he is just beyond what we can understand, and his love for us is just as well. And though bad things happen to people like your friend Dessa, who lost an eye and an ear, God is still good to heal and to cure and to challenge us while we wait for it. Isn't that right, Commander?
He looks up a little bit, and it almost looks like he's going to turn into a bird again. But he just manages to hold to its human form, and it's just like, I don't know how to explain any more than your father has said, Maddie.
And Commander, as tightly as you hold on to your own humanity to prevent you from turning into that curse you are stricken with, understand that we serve a God who heals and who lifts curses. If you'll only put your faith in the Most High God, in the Triune God, He can heal you if He should choose. Yet if He allows you to persevere with that curse, it is not out of hatred, but out of compassion, because that gives you a way to speak to others but also afflicted with the same curse.
Right. Now, roll for conversion is 2d8, pick the lowest. So I'm going to roll. I'll roll here.
Oh, well, you're fine. Right.
The commander.
Better.
No, it's 5.
It's 5.
The commander nods at you, and he doesn't seem like he's going to rebut you for sure. He is just. He looks like he's thinking of. Yeah, I'll pick the 6. So he looks like he might want to hear more from you at some stage. But that's the end of the game. So thank you both for playing. You definitely got given these NPCs stuff to think about. Thank you both.
Trainer.
Me.
Thanks for having us. That was a ton of fun.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Okay. Next time, Alexi can run and I'll play. Yay!
Yes. Well, I look for. No, because I do have a couple ideas.
Oh, great! Great. Okay. Well, I look forward to playing then. As long as you allow real dice.
No, definitely. Real dice and digital dice are on the table. I'm definitely going to be getting more.
Well, APOC. I've done Dark Ages now. Next will be APOC, and not in Roll20s, which is probably interesting. But yeah. Engineer seems to like APOC or whatever we. But yes, since Ron has given me all the room, I'll be able to back up.
Yeah.
Thank you for recording, Matthew, as well.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you, Roll20, for blessing Matthew with 3 20s in a row.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Yikes! That freaked me out. I was like, oh man, I better make him count. You know.
Because this is going to end eventually.
And it did.
And then it started up again.
Yeah, pretty strong rolls tonight for me. That's not very common, so I'm not complaining.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's it for Dark Age. 2 shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I was just gonna say the map when I scrolled out, it kind of looks like a slightly angry person doing like a sort of Russian like stereotypical dance where he's just like with like one foot down and one leg out.
Yeah.
That's great.
You're right. That is what it looks like.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Well, yeah, that's all that you would see, yes, but
I know there's more we didn't get to, but
no problem. Just for 1 shot. No problem. You got to see the lizard too, but and mystery for you. Enjoy.
That's all right. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing and the glory of kings to seek it out.
Yeah. Like that one.